painted with grays. Acti, dawn's whisper. At the shelter's entrance, dawn casts a serene gold across the city. The air is crisp, filled with coffee scents and bird songs. As volunteers arrive, their steps echoing through the alley. Inside, the shelter hums with quiet anticipation, where worn clothes and tired faces tell stories of survival. I search for my corner, a sanctuary here, but notice a vibrant patchwork blanket missing. It was a gift from a kind woman, its absence stirring concern and guilt within me. I step outside into fresh light, feeling the silent reflection it invites. Lord of mercy, I whisper, this fragile sanctuary needs restoring. With closed eyes, I wait for divine peace to fill my heart, hoping to be comforted amidst the morning's newness. Inside, I sift through donations, each item a tribute to past lives. My fingers linger over clothing and shoes, seeking answers to unspoken prayers. The blanket is elusive, evading my touch. Faces pass by, some avoiding eye contact, others sharing the same silent plea. As the shelter warms, so does the urgency within me, echoing God's call. Drawn to the chapel, I kneel in prayer amidst stained glass rainbows. Shepherd of my soul, I cry, guide my actions to reflect your love. A quiet breath of clarity stirs me, promising guidance. I rise, ready to trust this divine nudge, embracing his subtle plan. Outside, a young man sits. His eyes speak of sleepless nights and journeys untold. Barefoot, he stands on cold pavement, a silent testament. In that sacred pause, divine whispers guide me. Anoint the broken. Beside him, silence weaves a bond beyond words. My shoes in his hands, they seem destined for this moment. This grace-filled exchange, his grateful, surprised eyes capture the dawn's promise. A new beginning whispered softly. The day unfolds like a tapestry, grace weaving each moment to the divine. Back in the shelter, warm bread scents fill the air, symbols of unity. Volunteers move purposefully, their acts a symphony of love. Faces now glow with hope, proof of the shelter's promise. As I return to my corner, absence becomes abundance, a testament to giving's unseen ripples. The blanket is still gone, yet peace remains, a reminder of God's answers through action, through steps meeting others' needs. I see now the intricate beauty of his plan, revealed in kindness that connects us all. Holy One, source of wholeness, guide my hands and heart, unveil the paths unwalked, anoint the places broken. In your love, may I serve.
cacti, the storm before dawn. In the stillness of the pre-dawn hour, the soft rain brushes against the small windows of Gregorio's bakery. A gentle whisper reminiscent of heaven's voice, delicate yet undeniable inside. The air is imbued with the scent of fermenting yeast, mingling with the warm aroma of flour dust that swirls like ethereal snowflakes, settling upon every surface and enveloping the room in a light, comforting blanket of peace. Gregorio, a devoted immigrant from a distant land, stands alone amidst the silence, kneading dough with steady, calloused hands that speak of years of labor and love. His heart, however, is far from tranquil. It bears the heavy burden of sustaining his small family through the modest earnings of this humble bakery. He pauses, leaning against the worn wooden table that bears the marks of countless mornings like this one. Lord of mercy, he prays aloud, his voice a gentle plea that rises with the steam from the ovens. Give me strength to face another day. I am weary, and the weight is heavy. Guide my hands and heart. With faith born of necessity, the rhythm of kneading resumes, the dough miraculously yielding under his fingers, as if in response to his prayer. A tactile dance of faith against the creeping despair. The presence of the Holy One feels near, like a tender yet firm embrace. Yet Gregorio wonders if his fervent words have reached beyond the ceiling of his humble shop to touch the heavens above. The temptation of rivalry, barely an hour later. The rising sun begins to paint the sky with the first strokes of dawn. Delicate hues of pink and gold spilling over the horizon. Gregorio prepares the first batch of bread. The loaves swelling in the oven, their golden crusts forming with the promise of sustenance. As he works, thoughts of Samuel, the rival baker on the next street over, intrude upon his peace. Samuel's store, with its bustling customers, has drawn many away from Gregorio's own modest business. A flicker of envy ignites in his heart, threatening to consume him. A temptation to bitterness he cannot easily extinguish. Driven by the storm within, Gregorio finds himself standing at the window. The rain still falling in gentle, persistent drops. His eyes close, and a prayer stirs within him, raw and honest, filled with anger and confusion. Shepherd of my soul, he whispers, the words trembling in the stillness. Why do you let my bread go unchosen? Teach me to trust your path, even when my own feet falter. In the silence that ensues, a new thought blossoms in his mind, delicate yet insistent, as if carried on the whispering wind. A subtle divine nudge towards something unexpected. The bread of brotherhood, as the morning unfolds in a gentle cascade of light. Gregorio takes his fresh loaves, their crust golden and inviting, and wraps them with care like precious offerings. Despite the inner turmoil, a quiet resolve forms within him. He will visit Samuel. With each step in the rain, the weight of his burden shifts slightly, transforming into something lighter. A relinquishment of the rivalry that has long shadowed his heart. At Samuel's door, Gregorio pauses, taking a deep breath before entering. The sight of the rival baker glancing up in surprise is almost comforting. Without a word, Gregorio offers the bread, his eyes meeting Samuel's with an unexpected warmth, a gesture of reconciliation. I know times are difficult for both of us, Gregorio says, his voice barely above a whisper, but let us lift each other in love. The act of giving, guided by a quiet prayer fulfilled, brings peace, a small redemption wrapped in a simple, vulnerable gesture. In this moment, Gregorio senses the Holy One's smile woven into the shared silence, a presence as tangible as the bread they share. Bread shared, hearts lightened, as the morning rain relinquishes its hold and gives way to gentle sunlight. The two bakers break bread together. Each bite carries a new sense of communion, a tangible grace that transcends their competition, soaking into their souls as deeply as the rain into the earth. Gregorio feels his heart lighten, the envy and bitterness washed away like the rain-soaked streets outside. In this unexpected companionship, the gentle guidance of the shepherd of his soul becomes ever clearer. He understands now that the path of humility and love is one that he can tread with a strength not his own, a path made easier by grace and shared humanity.
Lord of mercy, who breathes life into the weary soul and guides our hands in love, teach us to seek unity over rivalry, to choose grace over bitterness. May our hearts beat in harmony with yours, and our deeds reflect your infinite compassion.